telling you.
Y'all ready for it, man?
I'm ready. You ready for some sports?
I'm trying.
Oh, here it comes.
Watch yourself. Watch yourself, man. Too strong.
Gird your loins.
Too strong.
Here's the sports.
Oh, that's funny as hell.
I'm sorry. PMC made me joke. Yeah, it's Victor.
Do you all right, man?
No.
Look, what's up? I'm sorry, man. Hey, look, you guys. I am following. I see all your stuff. I see you, Alatino Brown. I know you're asking me about, Black History Month, the whole thing. It's a lot. You know, what month that you sit there and go between events, shows, projects, and events? I mean, I already said events. There's not a lot going on. So do the best to try to sit back and see if you can fit it in with your existing schedule and the return on investment, not always monetarily, but effectively. So just want to say, hey, I recognize you guys. I just got you here on my big old live.
Well, that's why I'm joking, Vic. It's a bunch
of... I know, man.
Give it to you, my buddy over there. He's integrating way more than me. So I have to tailgate on him. But over there, you got... How many people? Who else?
Well, I'm about to greet them right now, so you guys know when I'm looking at this camera here. This is the first test for me. So I'm actually sitting back here. I'm going to be talking to you guys. The camera will be sitting back, hitting me up here, and I have to deal with what they call monitoring. I do the tweet and the postings here. Then I take care of the Instagram post, the live Periscope Facebook post, Big O Live, live.me. Then trying to do the camera switching, and then tweet the content at the same time. So the one I haven't gotten to yet, you guys just wait when I start my Snapchat as it relates to this show. Not after, but during. So that's coming. Just want to let you guys know. Then I got to swing back around. So I'm just talking to my community, and then I come back over here. So let me just go on and do the normalcy here, man. Got to talk about sports. Ready for it?
I'm ready.
All right, check it out, man. First of all, I'm just going to ask you, have you been feeling any buzz as it relates to the Super Bowl? I mean, when I say buzz.
No.
Stories. Anything with stories.
No.
No, you haven't. So the issue.
No, and actually, now that you bring it up.
Yeah, now you're going to get it now. Go ahead.
Now that you bring it up, that may be an issue. Are they not doing. Yeah, it hasn't. Normally that you feel oversaturated.
Yes, but you ain't.
Normally you feel oversaturated right now, with ads and this and that. And I haven't been getting that now that you bring it up. No,
you're not getting it. And so I had to start off with that because I remember somebody told me, said, yo, don't forget, who's favored? Who are you going to pick? I said, you know how long it's going to take to answer that question? About, 10 seconds. Now, what do you do to stimulate the movement? I think everybody's in their chairs already. There's the Eagle side and there's the Patriot side. So until they stimulate a conversation, not the kind that Tom Brady had to be on this morning when he says, I have to call into this radio station. I normally come on here to talk to you guys. But the issue is you guys went after my daughter. Now, I'm not going to even carry the station or recognize who it is because I think somebody went there extra because they were trying to create a story. I think you're heartless. I think it's stupid. I think when you go after somebody's children, you literally are trying to light the fire so they can come back at you so you can create the story. But watching Tom Brady or listening to him, he was so controlled. He simply said, hey, usually I come on this show to give you guys information about the Super Bowl and this, and I try to come on here as much as possible to actually address your questions. He says, but in the light of the recent stuff where it was referencing my daughter, I thought that probably was not the best place to be. XYZ. These were not his exact words, but in his way, he stayed contained so the story would die. So now they just hurt their long-term relationship from some idiot who sat back and said, well, we got to find a story. Hence why I said, Mar, do you feel any backstories that's making you choose who you want to go for or against? Well, everybody's going to go against the Patriots because they want to see somebody else win. And that's the only remedy we have right now.
Yeah, I hate the Patriots, but that doesn't make me condone this kind of bullshit. I'm with you.
Right.
You talk about his kids, just a little comment, even though it wasn't, The comment made, she's a little pissant. That's not a U.S. What is that's a British kind of an insult, as far as I know.
Right.
You know, I mean, as far as I know, it's weird to try to carry over because, you know, when people use insults that you have to go Google,
man.
Because I don't know, I could Google it for you. He called her a pissant.
Look, I don't even want to give it that much air. I'm not going to give it.
I was going to say, Alexa can tell you.
No, I don't want to give it any air. I'm just saying, I think the cause and effect is that they had no stories. And the best thing to go after is the trending model, which is Tom Brady. All right. With that being said, here's a subject I want to address because I think people are going to make decisions before the clock is up. And when I say that, I titled this Ageless Performing Sports Icons Who Will Be Best Remembered. Already, Tom Brady is showing you the 40 is in full effect, meaning that he's 40 years old. I got a Super Bowl at 39, about to clock one in, now at 40. So they're giving him this thing of, and he may even decide to get a few more because he's right. So no disrespect, but I want to compare. Is age just a number? And then I want to take a few sports icons and say, do you think they will be performing at a high level when they, let's just say, get closer to 40 or at 40? And who do you think has the hardest job at performing at their current age? You ready to go over this real quick, man?
I'm ready.
All right, just a little simple.
Get on my sports bra.
I'm going to leave that alone. All right, I was going to do this. I'm going to start off with Tom Brady already because I'm going to roll up to him because I want you guys to see this because I think on the graphic, it may be the thing that may be the weak link for him. If it was just Tom Brady, they didn't talk about him the same way they talked about Joe Montana. You notice they say Joe Montana, but they never say as much Bill Walsh and Joe Montana. They'll say Joe Montana. But when they say Brady, it's always Bill Belichick. So he's tied to him, which may or may not hurt or hinder. I'm not voting on this. I'm just letting you know. So we're going to go down them quickly, and then you tell me which ones. So I'm going to go to the next one. The next one, somebody just clocked in their 20th Grand Slam. That's Roger Federer. He's 36. So he's already clocking in titles at 36. Will he be performing all the way up to 40? We're going to try to project that. Let's go to the next one. Serena Williams, already 23 Grand Slams. She has the most Grand Slam titles in the open modern era, including men. She's 36, took a year off. She will be coming back. That may give her a break and she may continue, but will she knock on the door of 40? Let's go to the next one. That's not a mistake. I put James Harrison in the Pittsburgh Steelers uniform. You know why? Because he's only a few months removed. And they really don't have a lot of content on him at the Patriots. And unfortunately, the Patriot way is that we don't like to get people all this specific or special attention. So when you go search James Harrison, almost everything comes up to Steelers, and rightfully so. And he's won 2 Super Bowl titles. And I put him there because he's 39 right now, playing outside linebacker. So my question is that the obvious choice would be Tom Brady because he's at 40. I got one more. Let's go to the next one. The next one it's a little early, but I think everybody's saying he's positioned to already do some damage. LeBron James, he's only 33 right now, plays small forward, Cleveland Cavaliers, Miami Heat. He's got 3 NBA titles. Of course, he wants to sit back and get to he wants to get to 500 on his titles. He's already in his 7th, I believe, straight NBA finals, or going to his 8th. He's already done 7. He's only 33, but they're saying he has the best chance to possibly break Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's scoring record. And because of the way he keeps his conditioning and the type of game he plays, if he paces himself like Brady did, can he knock on the door of 40 and still do damage and win an NBA championship or title? There are NBA players who did. Abdul-Jabbar, many of them knocking on the door of 40, but performing at a high level. Here's my question, Mario. Of these particular icons, who has the most difficult job playing at a mature age. When you go look at each of them, tennis.
LeBron.
Think about it. I went, okay, you pick LeBron, I picked somebody else.
Well, I picked LeBron because the nature of the sport is that it's taxing on joints.
Right.
I mean, okay. Football has contact injury, Vic, that where it's the hitting that causes the major thing everybody worries about.
Right.
But basketball has a lot of injuries to the knee and ankle.
Okay.
Based on the stopping, starting, all those things, you know.
Okay.
So I think it appears to me, too, that it's harder to maintain in basketball because of the level of competition, and that you have to keep yourself in really tip-top shape year-round.
Right.
But all of them have that. All of them have that. It's just that basketball just appears to be particularly taxing.
Interesting. Now, he's already, he's 33. We're looking at 7 years it'll take before he gets that at 40. Will he still be performing after 35 at a high level winning titles?
Well, no. Now, by the way, I wanted to add, he's not the only one in that group.
No, but he,
you know, I mean, because I think
that's true. He has.
The only reason I didn't mention James Harrison, Vic, the only reason
Why?
is because he already passed what I expected.
Wait,
he ain't even supposed to be in the league.
Dude, let me say this.
So that's why I said I wasn't even commenting on him because he's not even supposed to be there.
I'm saying this right now.
He's not supposed to be there.
Tennis,
he's that bad.
You don't have to do anything to put your hands on anybody else. Basketball, yes, you do. The knees get taxing.
Tennis, we think, is the easiest.
Right. This man is 39, playing outside linebacker who constantly has to get hit, which most players, they peak at 33, 34, and you see them going off the ledge.
Depending on the
position. This position at 39?
Yeah, I just
dude,
I didn't include him because he's already passed. He's not supposed to be there. I can't set any trendy thing based on him because he's such an anomaly.
Yeah, look,
he's an anomaly.
Look, I agree. Look, I see you guys. I see what you're saying.
If he gets every year he ekes out is a major celebration because what he did this year to me was already a major.
Right.
What he did What he did last year.
Right.
So he's already been, for me, across the line into that incredible zone.
Right.
And nobody does that. So I just have to treat him as an exotic, unique specimen.
Right. I'm not. Look, I hear you when you say Brady has sacrificed his money, the team, the whole thing. I got it. He reminds me of Tim Duncan. Tim Duncan extended his lifespan on the court because it was a team thing. And I agree. I don't think James Harrison is going to get recognized for what he's doing. I truly don't, because I don't think many of us have any idea.
I think he's going to the Pro Bowl. And
No.
not the Pro Bowl. He's going to the Hall of Fame.
Most of us know what it's like to play basketball. Most of us can even envision tennis. Nobody can really, and it only takes a few people to go like this. Do you know what it's like to be a linebacker? Okay, you're hitting people every play. Let me just say this. I was going to get these stats. Yes, I know all on one team.
What's a hard position if you empower Warner?
Let me say this. If you get the stats on the average, how many times the average quarterback gets hit, and even if he gets hit 10 times in the game, and they say, you know what the total plays in a game is, and they say it's about 100, and they say, name a time when a linebacker goes, I won't be hitting somebody or they won't be hitting me. So I'm only taking that in consideration.
No, I used to say that on when you played line too.
Right.
When you play line, there's certain positions, but the linebacker may not hit on a play.
True.
One thing I can tell you,
there's
offensive. No, it depends on the play.
They'll move away from it.
The other people get there first.
Absolutely.
Or it's a pass.
Absolutely.
It's a pass. But I can tell you this: the linemen, offense and defense,
all the time,
every
play. So
they hit every single play.
That's why I'm saying
pass, run, whatever.
Right, because the linebacker is really kind of like
No, it's still hard.
It's hard because he says I have a certain amount of speed and quickness and agility, but I'm also supposed to be big and powerful combined with that. And so he has to play both roles of the DBs, the safeties, a part of that, and then the linemen who tend to be more bulky and not have speed.
He has bigger people than him.
Right.
Always coming after him. Always.
But I agree. I agree with you when you say, when you guys say, okay, LeBron, not LeBron, but Tom Brady because of what he have accomplished. I'm just saying moving forward, any other of these athletes do you see that may be game changers moving forward that we will remember? Not now.
Well, Brady is already, the ones who will be are the ones who already are.
Right.
In other words, Brady's a game changer. LeBron's a game changer.
Right.
I'm giving James Harrison respect. I just say he's just a unique anomaly.
Right.
They're not going to be people who come like this. There may be people who come like a Brady.
Right.
And we got basketball players coming.
Right.
That they're talking about could be, the next LeBron.
Right.
But I don't know that we have a James Harrison.
No, this a freak.
He's
a freak.
He's
a freak of nature, man.
Some of them are like that. That's why they stand out.
Yeah.
Even to this day, is there a Franco Harris out there? I mean,
they're
just not. Some players are either they stand out physically, being different,
and how you take care of yourself.
Yes.
And LeBron has taken care of himself in such a way that you don't even remember him having an injury. You literally go like, he must know the Brady thing.
No, you don't think of him.
And you think about it.
That's an excellent point. You don't think of him having an injury.
You pick the artist who takes, I'm not the artist, but the entertainer or the sports icon who takes care of themselves. So there's a great list of people over 40 I could have brought in here, but I'm talking about people who are going to be almost the greatest in their field. So I want to go to that, but let me just swing on down. We covered this briefly, and I'm only going to touch it right offhand. Super Bowl week. All right, they reduced the spread 4.5. So in a week, because of Gronkowski coming back on the field, maybe not fully 100%, 4.5. I'm going out on a ledge, which is the easy ledge because I ain't got to worry about it. I think people are going to be surprised at the Philadelphia Eagles in such a way that they don't expect. I think there's this total underestimation because they're building the story. You can't pick a backup quarterback over Tom Brady. I said, there's no such thing as a backup quarterback if you're going to the Super Bowl. That term should be just dropped. Once you're in the playoffs and you're winning every game, you're not a backup anymore. You're lead dog. So I'm just going, please stop creating the narrative. Oh, that's Tom Brady going against a backup quarterback. Excuse me, this man has been in the league for a while. He knows the game. He knows the game plans, and he's been very good. And you're underestimating the team. Now, I'm only saying most people are going to say you're nuts. I said,
well, I don't know. It's only a 4.5 spread, Vic. That's less than a touchdown.
That's what I'm saying.
On that. But I'm with you. Well, here's the thing. I'm biased because I want to root for Philadelphia.
Right.
So I have enough real reasons to root. They're real reasons. Now, if you're a Patriots fan, you got a lot of things to root for too. Just legacy, the additional, all of those things are wonderful things. But I'm with you. I'm going to go out on a limb and root for Philadelphia. There is a chance. I'm going to go for that, but I must admit, it's totally influenced by the fact that I want them to win so bad.
Right.
It's only a 4.5 spread. So this is the kind of thing where you like to get behind it,
right?
Root for it emotionally,
yeah.
Because it's a good time.
Well, yeah, and look, let me say this:
are we doing anything for Super Bowl?
Yeah, I know what I'm doing. I'm gonna watch the Super Bowl.
You guys know as I always ask Victor if we're doing any kind of special Pax Stereo Super Bowl.
The one thing that I've learned is at game time, there's a few things that people want to do: eat, scream at the other person, or scream at the screen or the device showing the game, and drink. Now, anything after that, you better have a damn good commercial because they're not going to be looking at you. So if you're going to do something, make me envious of you and go, I wish I was in that studio. That's how I look at it as a fan. So I'm going, well, that's yet to be determined. But those criteria are, you remember us going to Super Bowl parties, and you know what the criteria was. So don't sit up here and go
He's trying to say we don't have no women.
No, Women ain't got nothing to do with it, man.
Women do have everything to do with it.
They have nothing to do with it. They only are bit players.
They're only as important as the food.
Hey, look, I'm only saying.
Right. We used to want to go to the Super Bowl parties where the babes were.
I tell you what.
Now that I'm older, I want to go where the food is.
Do a survey and say Pax Stereo will be broadcasting live during the Super Bowl.
Broadcasting what?
That's what I'm saying. See, that's
broadcasting watching the Super Bowl.
That's exactly what I was saying.
That was always the issue. What are we broadcasting?
Right. So no.
All we can broadcast
I know what I'm
is
doing.
us looking at the Super Bowl.
I know what I'm doing.
I was saying, what are we doing personally?
I don't know.
Are we having a Super Bowl party? Or?
Well, see, that's what I'm saying. I'm not sure.
We can roast some chitlins.
All right, let's go on. All right, going down here. I saw a preview of what I call one of the most entertaining games with point guards a few days ago with Boston going to Golden State Warriors and playing in Oakland. Kyrie versus Steph. Everybody knows Steph came up winning home court. Scored damn near 50 points or knocking on the door of it. I can't remember exact points. And Kyrie was banging it out as much as he can. What I learned from
was excellent. He said,
right. What was obvious here, there are certain teams that compete well against each other. And they announced it, and I didn't realize it. They said, do you know the only team that has a winning record in Oakland is the Boston Celtics. So the last two times the Celtics came to Oakland, they won. So the thing is that you might find that the Boston Celtics have difficulty with certain teams in the East, but if they get to the Warriors, they play a type of defensive game. And remember now, still one man down, our boy who broke his leg, of course, one man down, and they hold court, and it keeps it competitive. Man, did I enjoy the game, the point guards? Absolutely. Did I want to see more? Absolutely.
That was a hell of a game.
It was unbelievable to watch them going back and forth. And let me say this. I agree. I don't think I've ever seen a player like Kyrie going to the basket than anyone I've seen in history as a point guard. I don't think I've seen anybody shoot from off hands, off legs. He just has this thing where he himself is not jumping over you. But man, when he gets to the hole, you're literally going, it's like Tom Brady to me. I only think of Tom Brady this way. When you start getting into that zone where you're going, he crossed 50. So y'all know the percentage of scoring is going way up. I look at Kyrie and go, dude, once he starts to dribble and go by you, the percentage of success of scoring goes way up. I think of that more so than I think of LeBron, Kevin Durant, or anyone else. So I'm just saying to you, man, I wouldn't mind seeing the finals at this point with a team like Boston. Or do we wait for Cleveland as they're still going through turmoil at this time?
Well, I don't know what you do, but I can tell you this. Evaluating Kyrie's move from Cleveland now looks very clear to you and I both. We've mentioned it's a win, right?
Yes, it is.
He did what was best. You see way more of what he can do as a player.
Right.
And he gets to do things in that environment. So that's one level of wonder.
Right.
But the current Cleveland Cavaliers, their decline being so obvious makes his decision look even better.
They're old.
So I don't know what to say. Right now it looks like he made the best of a bad situation. He made the best of it.
Well, let me say this, because I'm looking at my folks. Some of you guys are talking to me in a foreign language, and I don't want to interpret it. But thanks for the thumbs up anyway. Let me say this. I got you guys. Give me a second. I'll go right back. I see your comments. What I'm saying is, Mario, to me, the thing that's happening is maybe Cleveland has reached its peak. They've already done a lot of trading. They brought over some pieces, more pieces than most teams, and it just didn't work. From Derrick Rose, which when you think about it, if you would have thought a year or two ago, Isaiah Thomas and Derrick Rose as your backcourt, and D Wade, wouldn't you think this is an automatic based on the chemistry that they're probably going to sit back and do something? None of them have been able to crack the starting lineup and deliver above and beyond. That's all I'm saying. as it relates to Cleveland. And here's my exit question on Cleveland. Do you see them springboarding out of this post All-Star game and getting it all together? Still giving up a lot of points on defense.
No, well, no.
Oh, see, so you already...
No, I think this is it.
Right. Done.
I think that, in other words...
Done.
They can fine-tune what they can do. And
Right.
I think in that sense they will be a contender.
Right.
They'll be a good team. They'll be a very solid team. But not enough to beat the better people.
True. Okay.
And, and the issue is, before it, that was just Golden State.
Right.
Now, it looks like that could include, the better people may include up to 3 other teams.
True. Okay. All right.
That's what's shocking.
Okay. All right. Here's my the trending, and I'm just going to give you a subject, and it'll be our only subject, and we're taking it out here because we are crunched for time. Trending: Oklahoma Thunder are coming, and I put the wrong name, Paul George, not Paul Pierce. So if you guys saw that on the publication, my bad. Is the best two-way player in the league while Kawhi is on the bench. I've seen him. He's the real deal. I'm sorry. I didn't know. Now I understand when you play in a certain division and you don't get a lot of what they call video highlights. And you don't get to see the games. You don't get to see it. This dude, whoa. He is over.
Like the coaching philosophy's held him back.
He is
he's like Westbrook.
He
blossomed again, right?
Defensively, I underestimated him. That's my issue. I did that. I literally
He's blossoming somehow under this system.
Real deal, man.
That's for sure.
And they are winning.
And you think he would have blossomed that way at the Lakers? No offense.
Well, remember, I'm not saying he would have. I'm just saying put pieces in the right place, or the right place and the right pieces. I agree with you. We have no idea. But I know one thing, he would have helped them defensively because of his philosophy. And being that kind of guy that's going, you guys are young, you haven't learned the game on the defensive level. All rookies go through this. It's almost like symbolic that the rookies never know what it's like to really play defense against the best players in the league or the first-year players. Here's the next one. We already covered Super Bowl lax personalities. Take away Tom Brady. We already covered that. Michigan State accused of covering up the worst sex abuse scandal in U.S. sports history. We already know about Larry Nassar. Will Michigan State trump Penn State with blind eye? Meaning, will this story be bigger than Penn State because it goes back even further? And Magic Johnson calls for everybody to get fired who knew, period. Do you agree? Any one of these do you say is a subject that you're worth watching and monitoring?
Certainly, all of them.
It's all of them. That's it, right?
It's emerging.
It is.
And it's going to cause everybody everywhere to look at what they're doing.
Oh, this is...
Everybody everywhere.
This, just tell you how bad it is, just taking it out. This is not even about the program, whether it's going to get the death penalty and all. They're taking this from a legal perspective. This is about investigation and not about the NCAA and the whole thing. They're literally taking this and saying it is so bad that it could trump the, no pun intended, the Penn State thing. And here's the thing that I caught. Imagine this. This was happening during Penn State. So you know that these people were going, oh, if we speak up, it's over, right? If we speak up on what we knew.
That's a way to interpret it. It also was an opportunity to come clean and get yourself out there.
Which meant that you had to...
That's a matter of perspective.
Right.
You could realize you're in a bad space, and
right.
I'm going to come clean now.
And they didn't.
And the ones who didn't, that's a choice.
Right. So what they did is say, don't do it. Now, I can see the legal on this. Don't volunteer. Don't say anything. Don't say you saw this. So they hunkered down. So this one is even worse, probably, from what we're seeing. They said it's as soon as you see the top starts running with resignations or resigning, you already know there's something coming. They're now having to go into their position of defense. So sadly, yes, Mario, I agree. We'll be watching this as it moves forward. I'm done, man. Sports.
Victor Allen's into sports. A recurring segment of the Morning Call with Mario show here every week, Monday. Come and join us. Get Victor Allen's unique fan-based view of sports. That's right. Remember to dress appropriately. Sports bras and jock straps. Bring your own Loterin cream. We know. Showers are necessary. It's sports, damn it.
That's funny.
Yeah.